Okay, is this live
I have a lot of notifications.
on your phone?
Yeah.
That happens.
Oh no, it's everyone wishing me happy birthday.
Oh,
Just they
happy
all
birthday.
sent it within all of them together within like 5 minutes of each other.
That happens. Okay, so the first one on our list today is going to be an A1502 with no video. So, A1502 with no video after a liquid spill. Wonder what could be wrong. So, shut up, idiot. Where am I talking? I have a tab open that I'm talking. There we go. Alright. So, the first thing we want to do is go ahead and inspect the board to see where our liquid went. So, no video after liquid is probably going to be pretty obvious. Well, maybe it's going to be obvious. And when I look at this board, I'm very concerned of where I see the liquid by. Hint, CPU. So let's go ahead and switch over to our microscope view and have a look at this board. This is quite a nasty little MacBook. But we will go ahead and take a look. The LCD cable looks fine. I shouldn't say the connector looks fine, but the cable looks fine. So that's a decent sign that this does not need a new LCD. But what's very concerning to me is going to be this corrosion by the CPU MOSFETs. Now, many of you know it is not good when we get liquid on the CPU MOSFETs because they will stop switching and they will send 12 volts straight to our CPU, which is not good. The CPU will die if that happens. So, we have a little bit of corrosion near the JTAG, and wonder if this has anything to do with our no video issue. Because that's quite a bit. That clearly looks like an LCD connector that can carry electrical current. Right? That looks like a perfect LCD connector to carry a signal to our screen and have a non-distorted image, right? Yeah, I think so too. Focusing my microscope. I'm doing new website, so I want picture. It's so hard focusing for a picture through the scope. All right. Put some flux down. This whole area can use some flux too. Most of this will look okay out of ultrasonic, so that's the good thing. Let's see, who's here? Dan the Plumber's here. Cormac is here. Peter's here. Geek in Japan is here. Cam is here. The usual crowd. Cam says, Tim, I require website assistance. Well, you should go message Anel or somebody else. Message Anel for website advice. His number is 347-469. I think something else that I probably shouldn't say on stream. What's up with that?
How do you feel about this box?
Throw it away.
Okay. Looking better already.
Good. Yeah, if there's any box you think just throw it, that should be thrown away, just throw it away. It's trash. As long as there isn't a battery or something in there, then I don't care. Yeah, save that. 1-800 CPU burn. Yes, that is a Nels number. That should be a Nels number. I need my wick. That tape can go in the other room on that one of those shelves in there.
Okay.
Spent more time in a client's place trying to figure out why his OSD on his monitor was in Russian and why I could not change it. That sounds interesting. Clearly, the solution there is to learn Russian. That'll solve everyone's problem. All right, LVDS connector. That's your domain, Cam. As long as that does not make Sam upset, then I don't care. I'm going to switch to a different tip. I'm going to switch to my knife tip, which will make drag soldering this connector much, much easier. Joshua's here. There. Tip is nice and clean. Go ahead and hold this connector down so it's aligned. And I'm just going to drag solder this. It's like this. And I can't see out of my microscope because it's fogging up. Let me clean that.
What about this box?
What's inside?
Nothing.
Throw it away. I have to clean my lens.
How's it look?
Much better, thank you. Put all the cleaners, like all the Lysol and any bottle of cleaners, yeah, find some place where they're all grouped together, like on the top of that thing.
Okay.
And if it's dusty, wipe it down. Okay, hopefully now I can see out of my scope without it fogging up. Much better.
Oh.
So connector looks pretty good. I don't see any bridges. Go ahead and solder the edge now. Come on. There we go. Perfect. Adam is here. I see why you wanted to get off the phone now. Yes, that is right. I want to do a live stream.
Oh, wait, you're using that?
Using what?
Oh, I don't want to take anything that you're using.
What was I using?
Oh, the microfiber.
Yeah, no, take it. I don't need that.
I'm putting them all in one stick.
Good.
So we're gonna have to wash them soon.
Yeah, a lot of them are dirty. Come on. Hate when these don't like to cooperate. There, finally. I'm done with this 7. Yeah, that would frustrate me too. With what was going on with that phone. These caps gotta go, so I'll take those off in 1 second. Come on, there we go, perfect. There, this connector's done. I'll go ahead and get some new caps for that. We have also some corrosion here. This is all no good, so we'll have to take care of that. And run the audio circuit too. The other side of the board looks okay to me. I don't see anything really obvious. Nothing that won't come off in the ultrasonic. Some near, actually right here, that needs to be addressed. I'm waiting for sandwich MacBook boards. I hope not. That would be terrible if they started doing that. It wouldn't surprise me though, because they're going to switch to ARM and a lot of their stuff soon. So yeah, that would not surprise me. That would suck though if they did that. I hope not. Alright, I'm going to switch to a smaller tip on the hot air station because, ow, I just scalded myself. That was stupid. The hot air, yeah, fine. I was reaching into my hot air wand and the hot air was still scalding hot and I just touched it. Stuff like that that'll make my viewership go up. Me getting hurt, injured. I don't want to melt our new LCD connector, so I'm using the smaller tip. Grab a donor board. That one's no good. Perfect. Catherine is here. How's it going? All good there. So this is for DCN. Go ahead and change that. Sam is here. 2 a.m. here, just got up. It's kind of early to get up. Now there's a plastic connector right here, so I don't want to rework right there or else I'm going to burn it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the board this way so I'm blowing air away from that plastic connector because I don't want to melt that. It'll create more work on me when I have to go get another one off the donor board. I also don't want to melt this SSD connector, so I'm going to blow the air this way where there's nothing of importance there. So I'm going to use my angled tip like this. It's okay if we melt the corners of something. We don't want it so bad that it shouldn't really take too long. There's one. There's two. And this MOSFET over here, you guys can't see yet. This should be fine. We could just put some flux on that. It'll be perfectly fine. After ultrasonic, I'll just give it a little reflow. Someone there?
No, I forgot to lock it.
Oh. And that should be fine. And I just blew that away. Where'd it go? Right here. 27 watching. That's best viewership I've seen in a while here. And as soon as I said that, it dropped to 23. Now I'll go in here and touch it up with my iron. Good enough for me. So here's my most area, the most concerning area.
Oh, yeah, hey. No,
What?
should I just grab it?
Is there someone out there?
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Ask them their name too. Make sure you have the right name. Hi, how can I help you? Okay, someone will be out right now. Thank you. Bye.
Jackie, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Go ahead and disinfect and label. I think that ticket is going to be 5138.
I have something to do.
Cool. Yeah, 5138 on that ticket.
That's the ticket number?
Yeah, 5138.
That's right. The little white system.
And you go ahead and take that one apart too. It's an A1502. All right, so this is what's concerning me the most is the CPU MOSFETs. Let me go ahead and check for a short on PP Bus G3 Hot to make sure it's not shorted to our CPU, because that would be very bad if it was shorted to our CPU. It would most likely be dead. So I'm going to check for a short first, just on PP Bus. So, and there's no short on PP Bus, so I know there's no short to our CPU. So that's very good. So these MOSFETs are actually okay. They're not dead. But with that being said, I can't trust these, so we got to remove these and replace them all. Because I don't trust MOSFET. You know, a lot of times if you leave your MOSFET like this, it'll work, but it'll randomly crash and just do weird stuff. So I never recommend leaving stuff like this. I always recommend replacing them. Come on, melt. Melt. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. I have Windows 98 distribution manual and activation keys still sealed. Well, that's Windows 98, though. Why do you care about Windows 98? Someone sent me $5 from chat. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
I can install Windows 10 on the MacBook Air.
You can.
Oh, I might do that. Like with Walmart spends if I ever get it.
Mac OS is much more decent than Windows 10, though. Like Mac OS is actually decent. I will say that.
Their software is good, their hardware is
Yeah. I would use Mac OS any day over Windows. It's just but works better. I'll use Linux over Windows too.
I'm all trying to clean the screen. It's like, oh, those are scratches that are permanently in there.
Yeah, it's probably delamination.
I thought it was just dirty.
Yeah, that's Apple's defect. That if you clean the screen, you'll ruin it.
Alright, I'll get to work on it.
All right, thank you.
What was the ticket number for it one more time?
5138, I think. Double check. Go ahead and note also in private note in repair shop or anywhere you see evidence of liquid.
Okay. Customer Jackie Garcia.
Yes.
Oh, I probably should have said that earlier.
That's all right.
Is this the one that had coffee in it?
Yeah.
Alright. Let me grab a small bag and I'll get to work.
gonna switch a tip. Sam that donated. Thank you, Sam.
I was trying to drink water with my mask on.
Yeah, I've almost done that too.
Alright, let's do this. I need P5.
You have a P5 over there? Here. P5 and T5. You might need Phillips too. Thank
I'll
you.
just take all of them.
Yep. Let's go ahead and get some new MOSFETs on here. I use a higher rated MOSFET too. I think these are 105 amp. I don't know what these are, but I use a higher rated one than what's on there originally. These ones are fresh from the reel, not from a donor board. Anti and LFETs, yes, I agree. Make sure I put these on the right way, because it would not be good if I put one of these on the wrong way. Hang on one sec, I can't hear you. Give me 1 second. Put ISL right there, it'll be alright. Cedric is here. How's it going, Cedric? No, we're not going to pull an atom on this board. We're not going to put an ISL where CPU MOSFETs go. Adam has one of the funniest stories when he was learning, but I'm not going to say it unless he wants me to. I'll go ahead, it's funny. So when Adam was learning board repair on MacBooks, he messaged me with a no backlight issue. Well, I was helping him with that, and then later on, or during the process, we learned that Adam put an ISL 6259 where the LP8550 was supposed to go, and that's why it had no backlight. I don't like how that went down there. Gonna put some more solder on those pins. Well, I didn't use donor cards, because I didn't want to use a donor board. I have new MOSFETs. I use donor boards, but I just didn't for this particular board. If I have new, why would I?
What?
The screen connector too. So, we'll see. Okay, so we should be good here. Go ahead and test, see if this works now. What was the original issue, says DJ? No video. So there was no video, corroded LCD connector. This stuff I'll go ahead and leave and see what it looks like out of ultrasonic. Audio IC, I got a reflow. Yeah, there was no video, so we replaced the LCD connector because it was all corroded and ruined. So let me take care of this audio stuff real quick while I'm here. I'm new on your channel. I'm glad to have you here, Victor. Take off this edge bonding. If it'll come off in one piece. And it's not going to. It's going to be all difficult. Alright, so what I'm going to do is just leave it in place. I'm just going to put some flux and heat it at 200 Celsius. That won't be hot enough to melt solder, but it will be hot enough to clean under the chip. Going to make it more of a pain for me to deal with cleaning all that edge bonding up, so this will work fine. Just enough to clean under there, and then with ultrasonic, and it'll be perfect.
You want me to take this one out?
Yeah, take it apart fully.
Okay.
There, that should be good to go. The battery connector, that'll be okay after ultrasonic. I'm sure it will be. Let this cool a little bit. Probably a good idea.
Does it matter if the screws have any like coffee on them or
No.
any corrosion?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Screws, we don't care about being corroded.
All about the power rails and shit.
Yep, that's it. Screws aren't carrying any kind of electrical connection, so it doesn't really matter. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and test this. Have just the basics plugged in. I'm going to grab my MagSafe 2 charger. Plug this in. We get a green light. We get a full fan spin. Okay, so a full fan spin like that typically means a fan control issue. So hear that? The fan is spinning fully. Now, this isn't a sensor issue. So a sensor issue, you're going to start with slow fan spin and it's going to slowly ramp up once it sees something wrong. So it's going to start slow and then after 30 seconds to a minute, it's going to ramp up to full speed. This fan is automatically just blasting at full. So what that tells me is there's an issue with the fan control circuit. There is a PWM line that pulses the fan at the speed it wants, and if it's not getting that, if it's not getting that PWM line, it's just going to run at full 5 volts. But as you can see, our image is fixed. See that? Our image is fixed. This is booting. Has a flashing question mark. So now we have to figure out our fan control issue because that's an issue in and of itself. And I think I see why. Let's pull the board out. And it also chimes, so that means our audio circuit's working. So that's always a good sign. So let's have a look at our fan area, because our fan is pretty important. Corrosion on the fan connector. Imagine that. I bet if we just clean this fan, what's wrong?
Oh no, it's just there's only corrosion in the
That person just wants a cleaning. I would not be surprised on that board if it doesn't work after it's cleaned. That's not good. Come on, little bridge, get out of here. Is it bad?
It's like vanilla creamer.
Yeah, that's what they said. That
Fucking smell.
they said they spilled coffee on it, so makes sense.
I know because I have the same creamer. It was meant to be. I was destined to fix this board.
Alright, so we have that resoldered, and now we're going to get a little alcohol and clean that up. Alright, now this is cleaned. Plug that back in. Little alcohol shouldn't affect it. As far as turning on. Plug it in. And what do you know? The fan is not racing anymore. It's spinning normally. See? Could hear that? It's a normal spinning fan. So I'm going to call this one fixed, and then we'll move on to our next board. So let me go ahead. What happened? Muted, guys. Sorry. Give me 1 second. Fifty-one 25. A1278. No power after battery replacement. Alright, so no power after battery replacement. We've been over this before, I think, on this channel, once or twice. Let's see. Loke is here. How's it going, Loke? Alright, so no power after battery replacement. This board came from a shop. They tried to replace the battery. They replaced the battery. Now don't work. So we got to figure out why it don't work. So first thing I'm going to do is plug in the charger and see. On which one? No, don't take off fan and heatsink on that one. Alright, so we get a green light in the charger, but we get no fan spin. So here's our green light. See our green light? We have a green light. We have no fan spin. That is not a spinning fan. Spinning fan, not a spinning fan is bad. Spinning fan is good. So this does not work. The first rail I'm going to check is going to be PP Bus G3 hot. If PP Bus G3 hot is 12.26 volts, that means they most likely killed their SMC by shorting a metal tool between the 12 volt battery line and the 3 volt SMC data line. So PP Bus G3 hot is 12.28 volts. They most likely killed the SMC on a board that is very hard to get with an SMC on it. So the first thing I want to check is for a short on pins 10 and 11 of the ISL6259. Those are going to be our SMC data lines. Those are going to connect between the SMC, the battery charge controller, which is the ISL6259, and the battery. If there's a short on one of those, we have to find that short. It's either going to be the ISL6259, the SMC, or D7050 or whatever it is, D6950. It's different on boards. So I'm going to go ahead and open a board view for an 8203115, which comes from a 2012 A1286, I mean A1278. Here's our ISL6259, and let's go ahead and check for short on pins 10 and 11. Pins 10 and 11 are going to be, where are they? So they are going to be the third and fourth pin from the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and put my black lead on ground. And what do you know? We have a 63 ohm short on pin 10. So pin 10 has a 63 ohm short to ground. Now how are we going to figure out where the short is? So we only have a few things that could be wrong. So where are we going to figure that out? So how this happened is they used a metal pry tool to take out the battery. Now let's look at the schematic and figure out why that's actually a very bad idea to do that. So let's go ahead and I hate having a single monitor. I can't wait for tomorrow. I'm getting two 2K 27-inch iCare screens. It's going to be amazing. So let me go over to display capture. Display capture is on. Properties. My ear's been ringing for like 5 minutes. There we go. This ain't right. Not that. Alright, I gotta shrink this because it's way too big. Still way too big. It sucks having a large monitor like this. Alright, this is good enough for right now. So, here's our ISL. So here's what's shorted right here. So we only have a few things that could be wrong. We have the connector, which that's probably not going to short. We have our battery charge controller, which is the ISL. And then we have the SMC, which is U4900. Now, here's our battery, okay? We see we have PPV bat G3 hot connector. We have this SMC data line. And then we have ground. And then the other one. SysDetect L is going to be a 3.3 volt line too, I believe. So this is going to be the one that's going to get killed because what they're going to do is use a metal screwdriver and jam it between these two pins, and it's going to bridge that 11 volts in the battery over to that 3 volt SMC data line. And the SMC and the ISL does not like when you shove 11 volts into a 3 volt line. This one typically does not do anything because if you short it to ground, nothing happens. Just creates a short to ground. End of the story. Nothing bad happens. Usually. Let me readjust this. So what we're going to go ahead and do is take off the ISL 6259 and hope that the short goes away. Oh, I'm only at 193 degrees. That's not going to do it. So I just took off our ISL. We're going to check for a short again. We're going to hope it's going to be gone, but I have a feeling it's not going to be gone because I can never get an easy one. And of course, it is still there. So that means our SMC is dead. And that makes me want to cry. I want to replace an SMC. I don't have many of these 3115 SMCs left. I need to reorder. Let's see. Can I reorder? No, it's same flux. NC560. My display capture off? Yes. Eight two zero dash 31115. Four parts. I can't wait for one from China.
Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you, but I took the board out.
Okay, cool. How bad is it?
Very. I think we can save the board, but some of those wires are just gone.
Alright.
Or at least, to my knowledge, you might have some special way of cleaning it.
Okay. I have to buy a few parts boards, so just give me a second. I just bought more parts boards. Alright, so let's go ahead and take off the SMC. I'm going to go ahead and replace the ISL too because it's probably no good. Tim, have you been hitting the clubs now the pandemic is over? No, the pandemic is not over, and no, I do not hit clubs. I do not do that. I'm a loner. I sit in my office and I fix MacBooks all day.
I'm here too.
Hey Kai, by the way, wait, did I already put that board in the ultrasonic? Yeah, I did it already. I'm sorry. I gotta flip it. And then,
Picture through the microscope.
cool. Yeah, I was gonna ask you to take a picture of that, but you're already ahead of it. Cool. Can you email that to me? Service@tcricircuit.repair?
Yeah.
Cool.
It's where I took a picture of the part where it's really the worst.
Yeah, that was the LCD connector. Let me see that board.
Oh wait, hold on, wait. Let me make sure I got the other part. Yeah, I did. Okay.
All right, cool. Yeah, there's no way this is gonna work after.
Is that acceptable?
Yeah, that's good enough.
Okay.
Actually, no, take a better picture of that. This side's okay. They got lucky. It's right around the CPU. That's perfect, though. We could try cleaning. I'll let them know. I mean, it's probably going to need a new LCD connector. Give them a discount for that if it's just that, though.
What part do you want a picture of there?
Just the LCD connector. That's the worst part. Make sure you get a good shot of the pins, because the pins are what matters. No worries. Let's see. This board is a good SMC. Yeah, the pandemic is still a threat. The pandemic is going to be worse than ever because all the people in the streets protesting. It's going to cause the next new wave. My ear is ringing. Still. What causes that? Brain damage? MacBooks cause brain damage. Ah, I made a mess.
I took 3. Do you want me to send all of these?
Yeah, just email them to me. Service at tcrscircuit.repair.
Okay, so service. I just spelled service. Service TCRS.
A service at tcrscircuit.repair.
Service at TCRS. Service at TCRS.
Circuit.repair. Our board is clean. Now we can go ahead and reball a new SMC. So here's our new SMC. Did I replace? Yeah, this is that weird board. I replaced this board. The SMC should be fine though. Yeah, the pandemic is not going anywhere. The pandemic is not going anywhere, like Peter said. No, this isn't U7000. This is U4900, which is the SMC. Travis is here. How's it going, Travis? Peter says, stop talking about Travis. He is here. Yes, I agree. We were bad-mouthing Travis before he got here. And now he showed up, so we got to stop that, because that would not be nice.
Nah, a real friend doesn't talk behind his back. Keep bad mouthing at me.
Yeah, that's the LCD connector. It's not really a wire, it's more of a coax connector. Alright, so here is our stencil. I'm going to try and do this with minimal screwing up. As always, that's what I try. I don't try and screw up too much at my job, but it happens. So that's down. And then I need my little tool. Hopefully there's some solder paste left. Only thing I do care about is if you compared me to a Nell, I will come to Cali for that crap. We compare you to a Nell in secret, so yeah, come visit. I don't blame you. I wouldn't want to be compared to a Nell either. Travis Anel Stamper, yes. I will be right back.
Google's just being a pain.
Is there something that Travis often breaks that we can use to create an Anel-like nickname for him? Anel-like nickname. I don't know what that means. I bring no ill will towards any electronic device, says Travis.
Alright, sent it this time, hopefully it works.
Alright, cool.
Pop this thing in the oven?
No, air compressor it to dry all the water off, and then oven.
Okay.
It's a dead GPU, Travis.
it?
No, I was talking to chat. What's the noise? Air compressor. Is what that noise is.
Air compressor go.
Yep. Make sure just to get under the CPU really good. Then you should be good to go.
You got it. My favorite part is watching the water follow power rails. Alright.
Cool.
Waiting here for
Yeah, just done like 5-10 minutes or so.
that is dark, right?
Yeah. This reball is a disaster. Too much flux. Might be able to save it. I'm gonna try and push in the balls that I see that didn't. Think that's good. Let it cool and I'll pull the stencil off. And I think that came out perfect. Yep, that came out perfect. Look at that. Perfect. All 96 balls are great. Travis, is it a 2011 A1286? If yes, there is. You could replace the board with an 820-3330. Or you could run the wires around the mux, which sucks. There's no such thing as a 2013 A1286. If it's a 2012 A1286, and that's probably the best MacBook that's built, in my opinion. In that case, where you can, it's probably a hard drive or hard drive cable. Check the serial number on that. Make sure. Okay, now an SMC reball usually doesn't go this perfect. My guess is I'm gonna screw it up putting it on. Watch. That should be pretty close to aligned right there. Let's hope I don't screw this up. I'm adjusting my scope. There, perfect. Oh no. I screwed it up putting it on. What do you know? What did I say I would do? Gotta be frickin' kidding me. Wasn't seated all the way. I gotta redo that whole thing now. Someone jinxed me. I called it too. I said, there's no way an SMC reball goes this good without something like that happening. And what do you know? What happened? Every single damn time. Every single time this happens. Yes, blame Travis. It's Travis's fault. When Anel's not here, Travis is the Anel. Unless someone better shows up to blame in chat.
I almost fell.
That's not good. Go ahead and blow some more air into the CPU to make sure all the liquid's out. And then you can go ahead and thermal paste and put that one back together. The heatsink and the fan and everything. Yeah, it's just let it sit for a few. Travis is the TCRS version of Copaz. I agree. No, Anel is kind of like the TCRS version of Copaz. He won't go away. That's kind of like the TCRS version of Copaz.
I am smart.
What? With tweezers, yeah. I'd pick it up. Over time, your hands get immune to that. And like, look.
When I did robotics,
Look.
metal shavings in my eyes became less and less of a show off.
Look, I'm holding the board.
No, I fell for this once in robotics, not doing anything. Oh, I hold by the edges.
Yeah. I used to be able to reball SMCs in one try. Then you go ahead and put that one back together. The rest of the stuff is right here.
Which one was this to?
This one right here. Then there's the heatsink screws, fan screw, and then you might want to clean in here. Actually, you know what? Take this board, this part out too. There's a T8 there, so you'll need a T8 screwdriver, and then dump this thing in the ultrasonic.
Alright, let me move the coffee board before
Yeah.
I work on that.
Here's T8. T8.
Oi! Violation number 7.
Yeah, we have. My new employee points out all my OSHA violations, either throwing tweezers, throwing screwdrivers, throwing motherboards, all kinds of other stuff like that.
No, I dropped one. Okay.
There's more. Always extra screws.
I found it.
Cool. Just drying out a little bit of paste. There we go. Might need more than this. Probably will need more than this. It's hard. No good. Maybe we can make it work. Travis, I already knew you were gonna say that in my head. I knew in my head that you were gonna say that.
This episode of The Twilight Zone.
It's a workshop, not a playground. If TCRS start and bouncing balls around, he'll eventually break something and have to pay money for a new. No, it's like we're not messing around. Like if someone needs a screwdriver, just toss it. You know, that's not messing around. It's more of I don't want to get up. And the screwdriver's here, and you need it over there, so you find a way to bring it over there. Not a playground.
You just like to have fun.
It's not even fun. I just don't want to get up.
So it's laziness.
It's laziness.
That's a great business model to have. I'm too lazy to do that. Uh-oh. Where's the bag of screws that went to this one?
Is the SSD with it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's the SSD right there. So yeah, I have that. Where is paper towel?
Hang on. Spectacular didn't have an SSD. Okay, look. There's a difference between tossing a screwdriver to someone. So when you have these, well, I don't have an example. Let me find.
Are you gonna try and justify
No, no, no.
what you're doing?
Okay, look. There's much difference between this will not end up in someone's back if I lightly toss it this way. Okay? This isn't sharp. Look. I'm poking myself with it. It's not sharp. Okay, now there's another difference between if somebody walked up to me and I took this and I jammed it in their back like that. By me tossing this, it's not going to end up in someone's back. That is not unsafe. This is not sharp. Look. Like I'm stabbing my mat. It's not doing anything. Okay? It's not sharp. It's not going to hurt anyone. Oops, missed.
Miss, you were like 5 feet away. That's more than this.
That's not unsafe.
It's okay. You get practice. Ah. You know, I don't know any of the technological mumbo jumbo. I just know piece A goes here.
Yeah.
Piece B goes here.
That's all you really need to know for disassembly.
Well, no, even for putting it back together, too.
Yeah, it's the same.
You should say, I paid him to say that throwing things is okay.
Yeah, I pay my employee to say throwing things is okay. We did throw dart arrows around to each other until one got stuck in someone's leg. Yeah, but these aren't dart arrows. Like I just showed you, I just stabbed myself with the screwdriver multiple times. And it did not even hurt me.
Thermal paste. Where are they? Oh, never mind.
You got it? Cool.
I was all looking for thermal paste. It's like right here.
Welcome to my world. Alright, so hope
Screw goes into the screw.
yeah. Did you take out that one little board?
What little board?
The little board that had still had corrosion on it, so that IO board. Go ahead and take that out. Here you need a T8. So yeah, take that out and put that in the ultrasonic cleaner because it's all corroded.
Okay. Well, it's a good thing you told me before I put the heat sink back on.
Yeah, you might need to take the fan out too.
Oh, don't worry, I didn't put the fan in yet.
Okay, cool.
Where's the bag that has all this one stuff?
I don't know. You had it. Is this it? No, that's not it.
Because I always wrote numbers on it, so that means bag 5135. Where did you go?
It should be in the slot. Yeah.
5135. Okay. Because I was about to say, I like need a place to put all this stuff. Sorry if I'm messing up your screen.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with a super low temp. I'm gonna go with 200 Celsius even because this is a pretty low melt solder paste. It melts at around 190 or so. And I don't want these balls jumping out, so I'm just gonna start low.
What's the chip on the IO board again?
The Wi-Fi.
Okay. Do you want me to take that off too?
No, make sure to clean that.
No, like, do you want me to take it off the board?
No, I'll leave it on.
Okay. Should I put the screw back in there?
No. Put it back in when you put it back together.
Alright, then I'll just leave that in there. Okay, I can't put the fan stuff back until I put the glue back.
Yeah.
That's okay. Over the back. Aw.
Come on. Alright, I can let the solder harden. Alright, this is not well aligned. Yeah, it is. Alright, that looks good. I'll have to put a replacement ball in one place. Give me 1 second. I need to take a phone call. I'm just handling other stuff. Okay. So we just have one ball that's going to have to come off, I think. Or one that we're going to have to replace. Let me heat this a little bit so I can get the SMC out. This stencil should be hot enough. I should be able to pull the SMC right out. Come on. Come out of the stencil. Suck. So here's the trick, is whenever that happens, what I can use is a little bit of flux. Actually, you know what? I'm going to try something. I'm going to try and drop a little ball in there. This one looks like the right size. Might be a tad big. I'm going to try. So whenever I can't get the stencil out, I just add a little bit of other flux on it. So this NC560. And that will loosen like all that caked on stuff in the paste because it's a much better quality flux. I'm just going to put that on there. And then heat it a little bit. Hopefully that'll get this other one in place too. Perfect. And now after it dries, we should be able to get that out, no problem. And there's still a little bit liquid. I think they're good. Come out of the stencil. All right, I'm gonna ultrasonic this stencil. This will not come out. Hey, is that IO board in the cleaner? Did you put it in?
No, I did not.
Oh yeah, just put that in. While it's cleaning, I'll just put the stencil in.
Yeah, you didn't say what was cleaning.
No, it's alright. No problem. I'm gonna look at it and I'm gonna call a customer.
Anything else you want me to do in the meantime?
No, you're good. I'll have this one to reassemble soon.
Okay, just let me know if you need anything.
Alright, what the heck? This SMC will not come out of the stencil. Tried everything. I've tried heat, I tried ultrasonic, I tried other flux. So I'm just gonna heat it. Needs more heat. Finally, out. Hey, how can I help you? Okay. Sorry about that. Got a phone call. All looks good here. All balls are in place. So we're going to go ahead and put this on the board now. And hopefully this time I won't screw it up. I'm going to clean up my little work area because there's solder paste. Now, I don't want to get solder paste stuck to the bottom side of the board as that's conductive. Conductive paste on the other side, underside of the board would not be good. That would be very bad. Okay, so here's our motherboard. I'm going to clean a lot of this flux because there's no need to ultrasonic this. It's not liquid damaged. And I like to save time. Hopefully this time I won't mess it up. Mostly clean enough. This is why, so you see how I had a lot of flux on it to begin with? This is why I don't like too much flux on the SMCs, because of that reason. So the amount of flux I need on these is like this, that amount I put on should be plenty for all of it, I think. We just need a really thin layer on it. Too much is not good, because the SMC will float away and go out of place like that. That earlier in the stream is the perfect example of why you shouldn't use that much on there. Like that, perfect amount. Actually, it looks like we are missing one ball. No, it's just smaller. I think we're okay. Yeah, we'll be okay. $10. Thank you very much, Peter. I appreciate it. Alright, now hopefully this is going to be aligned good enough. There, just went into place, I think. There, I think we're good. I'm gonna let it cool, clean it up a little bit, and then we'll be okay to test. While it's cooling, I'll go ahead and clean the flux around it. That way, I used to ultrasonic everything, and then I realized it's not really necessary to ultrasonic everything. I just clean with Q-tip and alcohol if it's not liquid damaged. There's just no need for it. As long as you clean your flux, like don't leave gobs of flux on the board, but as long as it's clean, then you're good. Should be good. I might clean it a little bit more later. Now, if you guys remember, we had 12.26 volts on PP Best G3 Hot when starting. And now we should get... We have no green light. Did I put the SMC on the wrong way? Oh, come on. Don't even tell me I put the SMC on the wrong way. Because we have no green light. No, we have 0 volts on anything. 0 volts on DC in, 0 volts on... My charger's messed up. Or the DCM board is messed up too. Try a different DCM board. But when we have 0 volts on everything, I know that is not the SMC. Try known good DCN board. Oh. My charger was half hanging out the wall too. Oh, I'm an idiot. The ISL isn't on the board. Look at that. There's no ISL on the board, and I'm wondering why the thing doesn't work. I'm an idiot. It's like, why is there no green light? Why is there no power? Well, you need an ISL. Alright, now we should get a working board. Alright. Board should be cool enough. Still pretty hot, but I think we'll be okay. It's not scalding hot. Plug it in. Still no green light, really? Unless this DCM board that I had right here is bad too. Put the original on. Plug it in. Alright, I'm getting trolled. Still no green light.
I ain't touched that computer, so this is on you.
Actually, you did touch it.
I did?
Yeah, you took it apart. I could blame you for it.
Oh.
You broke it.
Which computer is that?
The A1278. It was like the first one. Alright, so Voltage on PP bus is still 0.3. Voltage on 3V42 is 0. Voltage on DCN is 16. So we have 16 volts on DCN. But nothing getting to our board. No, I don't think it's the SMC. We could try that, but I don't think it's the SMC. But I will put a little flux and give the SMC a little reflow. We would still get 3V42. Unless there's a ball under the SMC that's touching. That's what I kind of suspect, is there's a ball under the SMC touching a pad next to it. Alright, does this work in another computer? This charger, because I could be getting trolled by a bad charger. No green light on another computer. I'm getting trolled. There we go. Green light. No fan spin. What is PP bus voltage now? Alright, PP bus voltage is still way too low. But we have 3V42 voltage now. Alright, the SMC is burning hot. And I only have 2.4 volts on PP3V42. PP bus is now 1 volt. I have a feeling the SMC I put on this board is no good. Rage quit. Yep, the SMC is way too hot, and that's what's holding down PP3V42. So until I get more parts boards, this board's going to have to wait. Yeah, because... Huh? Yeah, there is. I'll switch it right now. Alright, so as much as I hate to say this, I have to wait until I get more SMCs, which would be later in the week. So I'm going to call it quits from here. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next stream.